Oh, it's already happening.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hi everyone.
hello. Play it hidden here. We're not cooler guys no more, or cool podcast, whatever that old name was.
Podcast guys or
Scrap that.
whatever.
Yeah, scrap that. Scrap that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shout
old
out to
name.
Brian.
Shout out to Brian for what?
Yeah, you decided our name that everyone preferred over the one that I decided.
Well. It's look. I just put it out there. I just let the people decide what they like.
And I got
All
flamed
right.
for my idea. But I mean, to be fair, I think this Play It Hidden has a way better pizzazz to it. It flows off the tongue a lot better.
Has a little nice pizzazz, a little nice lingo to it.
I agree. I think it's a lot more it's a lot more fitting in my opinion.
More fitting, very edgy, very cool.
It fits our segments a little bit better of what we're trying to do. The main topics that we're going to be covering on in this show.
That leads to the segue. What's our first topic?
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like it's mostly going to be me talking for like the first 10 minutes because I was going to talk about how Vendetta pre-riffs went.
No, that's fine. I'm here to give my input, trash on your experience, because I'm fucking with you. Go crazy.
But you have one today, technically. You actually have one
I
that you're going to in like an hour or two.
and that's very true. I'll be going to Victory Point Cafe for that.
Okay. And you can
And
tell me
I'll be excited.
how good it goes. Is it? Are you doing? It's only one, right? It's your one and only.
Should be my one and only.
Okay, so you're not doing any other pre-roast?
Don't think so. I already got a case for fucking
For Vendetta.
Vendetta, so I don't want to spend too much money
I see.
per se.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's a given.
Well, I've
That's
gone
a
to
given.
4 pre-riffs. All right, like this is just me gonna be. I'm just basically ranting what I've been telling everybody about how I don't say miserable, but how
You are
tilting
miserable.
this. I mean, to be fair, in other pre-riffs, I've been pretty lucky to pull like alt arts or like big hitter stuff that I don't want to say have like a ton of value, but stuff that was wanted or like was going to be used in a lot of decks. In 4 pre-riffs, I've hit pretty much nothing that I could use in my decks or anything that I think is really worth trade value that I think is going to happen later on. So it's just kind of tragic. First pre-rift. Oh my god. Everybody was pulling day 1. We had Akali overnumbered, another Akali overnumbered, a Kennen overnumbered, and then a bunch of the Vendetta duo overnumbered, like the ones where they're like fighting, like 3 of those. And I got nothing. Not even playable epics. Just straight like
You got a Playboy Epic. You got Endless Riches.
that's only because you want to play it. That shit's hot ass.
Nah.
No, I'm saying it right now. It's buns until someone finds a way to break it.
There's always a way to break something. All right. This looks fun, and that's why I'm picking it up. All right.
You just want a reason to play Rumble.
You're not wrong. Trying to get out of the color scheme of green and yellow.
Okay, blue, so you went to blue and red.
So I went to blue and red.
Okay, I can respect that.
I don't want to touch purple. I don't want to touch it. I'm gonna go to the dark side if I do that. You know, like I touch it once, I'm never going back. You know, like
oh yeah, it's like the green goblin mask.
It really is. Mainly Starcross, Fizz, all these fucking, and you get to play with your fucking trash now with the whole flow system.
I mean, wouldn't you do the same thing with Endless Riches? Doesn't it let you play cards from trash?
It lets me do that because I get rid of my hand, but I'll only play that once I dump my first hand. I have 0 cards. I banish it, and then I'll just fucking play from my trash. And now I have 7 cards to play with instead of 5.
Okay.
That's the vision. That's the
Okay.
vision.
All right. That's fair. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, day one Prius, hot ass. I got Renekton, went 2-1, pretty bun. I did okay, just didn't pull anything. Oh my god. Number
You're very
2, I
sad.
pulled the Nasus brick. I didn't pull any cards that like worked with it, so I had to literally play a whole new deck. I built a whole new deck using barely any of its cards. I went 0-3. Shout out to my boy Renil. He gave me a pity pack. Didn't pull anything.
He gave you a
I
pity
still
pack.
lost, and he still let me get the win so I could get a pack. Didn't pull anything.
That's the
Day
homie right there.
2, I went 1-2. I think. I think I got the Jace brick this time. Horrible. That shit was hot
Is
ass
Jace
too.
that bad?
In the pre-con, I think it's not terrible. I mean, it's not terrible. I just didn't know how to build it, and I also just didn't pull cards that really synergize with it. Because it's really in this format, it's really expensive. I think it's like you have to pay 1 energy or 2 energy, 1 power or something to empower his legend, and they just let you ready gears. And in this format, it's like I don't know. I just feel like there's not much I could really use with it, or I just didn't pull anything that could really use it. And then my last one, I pulled Kennen. That's the one I went 3-0 with. That one was really good. I found out I was just playing a lot of the stuff that was in the brick. I was using the dragon's form and up from the deep, which is the tentacles. I was just doing this, spawning a lot of.
What?
I was just spawning a lot of tentacles and just 5 might with my little tentacles.
Purple.
True.
Your previous deck didn't have purple.
Yeah, and
I
then
stand by this.
it's
Purple's so strong.
also flow was
It
really
pisses me.
good in the pre-riffs. Flow was really good because there's barely any card draw, so the fact that there's a lot of cards that let you play stuff from your trash was really really strong. Like Twilight Shroud, Up from Deep, Dragon Form, I think Perfect Execution or something like that. So
Mm.
a lot
Mm-hmm,
of really
mm-hmm.
good cards that just let you play it from the trash, and they were typically pretty cheap. So, but
They're
yeah,
cheap enough where don't do it.
yeah. I mean, because you're not paying a lot of power costs and you're not recycling a lot, so you get to 8 to 10 runes pretty easily. So, all right, you know what this brings us to? I think this is the best part to move into our new segment. We're gonna go do a tier list, okay?
Fearless
We're gonna
time.
do a tier list, all right? So we're gonna switch on over. Boop, boom! Oh my god, guys, look at this tier list. It looks so good. All right. All right, so you have a picture of it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you want to go left to right or right to left? You want to start off with a Kali or Zed?
I want to start. Let's do left to right.
Okay, we're gonna start off with. All right, so we're doing Vendetta Legends not pre, just a general tier list of where we think they're standing on a before anything is even like constructed. Like before skirmishes, Barcelona, or just locals. It's just straight up. We're just straight raw dogging this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, we'll start off with a Kali. All right, so how do we feel about a Kali? She's our first. She's one of the 3 opposite color combinations, red and green. So what do we feel about this?
Personally, I mean, from my experience when I was playing online and shit, I keep getting my ass whooped by it.
Really? Okay. Is there
Reason
what?
being,
Mhm.
the main tech that I be seeing that everyone's be like fucking me over with, mask foresight or some shit.
Yeah, when I attack or defend alone, I get +1 might.
This turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go win, you get the +1, dash back out, go back in, another 2.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then just rinse and repeat that. And then fucking cleave. It's either red or green Akali. And then if it's green, it just doubles because it fucking you're just getting +2 on top of the mask.
I have seen 2 variations of the Akali build, and I haven't tried both of them, but I think the one that most people are kind of gravitating towards is it's Jin, Stellar Corn, and then like usually 2 or 3 other like mid-range units. So it's a more mid-range deck, right? So you have Stellar
Hmm.
Corn and Jin as your main 3/3 that you're running of. Stellar Corn for your draw. Jin gives you free energy, free power whenever you move him, right? So
Very true.
you're able to proc the Rogue Assassin ability of Akali, so you could pull it back, bring it forward, and then all that. So I think here,
But
let me bring up a picture real quick.
you move Jin in, you pull him back, you're still in combat, and I don't. You can just play Falling Star for free. Hello? No DRAMs.
Let's see here. Let's pull up a picture of her legend right now. Actually, what am I doing? Let's just go to Piltover archive.
Side note, I'm fucking terrified of Draven again.
Why Draven?
Cause I play Azir, and fucking anytime he wins a combat, he fucking just gets a free card. And one of the niche things about fucking Azir, you can stack one dude, fucking swing in, stack another dude, swing in. But I get punished for doing that.
Yes. And I think we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I think after we finish this, we can talk about who we think will just start coming up in like regionals, especially after most people won't be playing set one or proving ground stuff at regionals because there's no incentive to play since there's no more of the best of metal cards that you could win. So we'll definitely take a look at that. But yeah, I definitely will say though, Akali though, is that this mid range, I think it does have its ups and downs. It is a mid range deck, so it has it's very flexible in terms of what you can put in and out of the deck. But I think the 3 energy 1 power is a little bit pricey, and you really benefit from her legend ability on your turn, right? I think it'd be really broken if you could do it on your opponent's turn, because then you could just never kill anything, right? Like, imagine, you would understand with your green Azir. Imagine if you could do that with a legend, and you could do it with any champion, essentially. Like, you could just pull a unit back. Oh my god, that'd be so broken. Nothing would ever die. You'd always have to play hard removal against Akali. But besides that, I did notice that Akali has a decent amount of draw. The biggest thing that I've noticed, that I even spoke with one of our friends, Renil, is that red and green is good in terms of being able to combat. Like, it's a very strong combat deck. You have a lot of ways to protect your units, pump spells, and hard removal with red, and challenge a lot of decks that have really good ways to hold or contest. The problem is you don't have a lot of ways to protect your units. Red isn't very good for like protecting anything. Like, the most you have is against the odds as a reaction spell. You're not, this deck isn't really running like Hextech Ray or Pure or any or Void Seeker. I've seen a few, but those are the only ones that I can really think of that are pretty much spells that you could play during a showdown on your opponent's turn. So you have a lot of green, right? But most of the time you're using green on your turn. The only thing you're really stopping is like your defies, not so fast if you're running any unguard, discipline. But besides that, once that's it. You don't have any other combat tricks. Your unit is stuck there, and you just hope that they don't die.
I can see that.
So
I mean, it's still too early to say, but
it is.
there's a lot of room to improve when it comes to deck building and shit.
Oh, for sure. All these decks, there's no like 100% like optimized way to build. There's no like core 100% like, oh, this is the way it's the best way to play it. There's no there hasn't been like a championship. We'll find out after Barcelona, like with the best of like, oh, who really did the best with these new decks, that this is the way that it should be kind of built or kind of pushing towards. Other than that, I think Akali is strong. It's just like with any of these decks, we still just don't know how to really build them to its most optimized potential. And right now, I think the color combination is just good. Like, it's as solid as it gets. Red and green, hard removal, lots of ways to protect and pump spells. Honestly, I think she's a solid B tier. Like, she's just straight in the middle. Not good, not bad. I just think she's she's just good. I think she's gonna have a really high skill ceiling.
B solid. I
B
respect
solid.
that.
Okay. All right. B. All right. All right. So right after that we have Ambessa. Okay. All right.
I don't know much about Mbessa, but dude,
Mm-hmm.
I just keep hearing about fucking can't be targeted, being empowered or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all like, oh, that's another fucking camel running around the rift. Oh,
Yes, I
I don't like the
believe
sound of that.
her. I think it is her yellow legend that lets her not be targeted. So let me go pull that up.
Is that the
Let's
one that
see.
everybody's using?
Bessa. Oh, we actually didn't even talk about the Kali legend. I think both are really good. The champion units, both green and red, they're both really good. Just depends how you build it.
Depends on the battlefield too. If you're going red and some fucker like you're going against a Orn,
Yeah,
you're trying to play that
you're not
defense.
having a good time.
You're you, you're so fucked. You're so fucked.
So Mbessa the Wolf is empower for 3 energy, 1 power. I have a +3 might and can't be dealt damage unless I'm in combat. I think you could still there's still ways to get around it. Like you could still challenge Mbessa. You could still use Rampage against Mbessa. So cards that like don't do strict damage, they can still kind of target Mbessa. The only other ones that you can't that doesn't work is things like Singularity, Falling Star. So you could still do damage to it, during a showdown. So there's still ways around it, but I think Mbessa still is really strong. Her legend with the when you empower something else, empower me, and then disempower, recycle 1 power, tap, ready a unit. That I think is really good. It gives a lot. It's probably not going to be as strong as Irelia with being able to choose a unit, recycle, and ready it. But I think this will make orange yellow decks a lot more aggressive, especially with a lot of the core cards that came out this set have a lot of empowered units, and there's a lot of ways to kind of just get empowerment, and especially the battlefields. So I think Mbessa is actually going to be pretty solid for an orange yellow deck. I think it's going to be really up there.
Dude, fucking Bessa kind of looks crazy, not gonna lie. I'm reading her fucking yellow and orange. Hello? Kill a unit that has less might than me? What does that
Yes,
mean? That's crazy.
it's
Punch
a
first, just swing.
it's going to be really good. It's a good hard removal for wider decks. It'll answer a lot of these hold type archetypes. Hold type. Oh my god, these hold deck archetypes. So I think
Yeah,
she's gonna be pretty strong, honestly. Like, I mean, with orange yellow, we've had Set, Fiora. Did we have one in Unleashed? Poppy.
Poppy. Poppy didn't really
I
get much
think,
love.
yeah, Poppy didn't. Yeah, people just ended up going with Dazzling with her. Set has been pretty slept on, really strong, but definitely a
Hidden gem.
sleeper deck. And Fiora has been kind of a very C average deck. So
Not the best.
yeah, I
Not the
think Ambessa is probably one of the best orange yellow, and her signature spell is very good. I think that shit is insane.
best as
So
well.
I think it's let me see.
Choose a friendly unit, kill an enemy unit with less might than it. That's crazy! That's so good.
Yeah, what was it? What's her
Oh,
spell called?
public execution. It's like a better
It's a it's
execution.
a it's a one way
Challenge.
it's a one way challenge.
Yeah.
It's a one way challenge. That is insane.
You swing in one battlefield with a uber big ass dude. Finish the fight,
Well,
you
it's
conquered.
the thing is, it's not on action or a reaction speed. It's a slow speed spell. But I
Yeah.
mean, 99% of the time, people use challenge on their turn anyways. So this is basically a one way challenge. Super good card. This shit's gonna be insane. And most of the time, you never challenged anything that was less might than you. That was of equal might or more might than you anyways. So
Naturally.
it's a crazy good card. I think Ambesso, honestly, on the higher end of B tier, I think it's actually going to be not gonna lie, probably I think it's before Akali. I think it's a little below Akali, just because orange yellow. The other issue that they have is they have very little to no card draw. So,
You don't think they got card draw?
I think with the cards that she's gonna have to play, it's gonna take up a lot of the card draw. Like you're not gonna be really running sacrifice. I think with orange yellow, it's a little. It's on the slower end of like playing units. So
Mm. That makes sense.
it's still gonna lack a little bit of card draw. There's gonna be issues with bricking. You know, finding spells but no units, or finding units but no spells. I mean, that's
Think
with any deck, but I just think you're stuck with what Hidden Blade. I don't think you're gonna want to Hidden Blade too many of your units. I don't know if Death Knell is gonna be a huge thing in this deck, but you know, and then you have Sacrifice. I mean, you could. I'm pretty sure the units she's gonna be playing are gonna be mighty, but that's pretty much it. I mean, you could rally the troops, but it doesn't seem like
I
it's
was
gonna be
gonna
very
say.
beneficial. Rally the troops is better in wider decks where you could spawn multiple units with certain cards.
I think there's a world where she can go wide.
I mean, you can. But I think a lot of the way people are seeing her is definitely more of a mid range deck. So
Fair, fair.
yeah. So I say B tier.
You say B? I was thinking A.
You think so?
I think I think she's pretty good. She has a lot of potential. Of fucking.
You think
I
she's
mean,
better than Akali?
I think she's better than Akali. Mainly because like her, she doesn't need to meet these certain conditions in order to get the value of
Her legend.
what she's her legend or her like champion units. Like the yellow or not yellow, red Akali, you go in, you shoot them for twice. But hypothetically, you have to pay the deflect cost.
You don't have to pay deflect. You could choose not to, but and you just wouldn't do the damage.
But then, that's just a waste because it's just a dead unit then.
No,
You
it
know?
is. Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I think that Bess is better than Akali in that sense.
Hmm.
Where like you
You,
just be a bigger might. And you have the orange buffs to back it up with.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I think we'll say A tier. I think Umbeso. I agree. I think Umbeso would be definitely the more higher end of things. All right, next card we have is Jace. Oh, great heavens!
We haven't.
What do we?
Everybody's
What
just
do we
going
do?
straight to Aurora with
What
this
do we
guy,
do with Jace?
which is fair because
Uh
that night he just board wipes everything.
blue orange with in the dazzling setup is disgusting. Now, not only do you have access to Flurry of Blaze, now you have access to Bellows Breath, and the new card and the new blue spell Temporal Breach. Now you
I
have
hate that card.
9 different ways to remove units off of the battlefield at such a easy way, like super easily that most people can't stop. I mean, yes, they're all defiable. Temporal Breach is defiable. Flurry Blaze is defiable, but and Bella's Breath is defiable. But it's just they have
There's only
9 of
so many.
those, and you have 3 defies.
I mean, we got the green decree, I guess. Maybe, maybe.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna help. I just think the color combination is disgusting. The legend itself is not very good. The empower, so it's to empower him is 2 energy, 2 power, and then if you want to use it, it is if you don't empower, it's just 1 energy, exhaust, ready a gear, and then if he's empowered, it's 1 energy, exhaust, ready 2 gear. In hindsight, I think if you wanted to do more of a gear heavy, probably control deck, you could, but I think it's going to be more mid range just because orange is more unit heavy rather than spell heavy. So if you wanted to do more of a non dazzling gear heavy with units, man, that'd be rough. I don't really think you could. I don't know. I just haven't seen many combinations that where it's really popping off. So unfortunately, I think this is the legend himself. Honestly, the color combination insane, especially dazzling. But the legend himself, I think he's. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's C tier.
I was gonna say D.
D.
As much as me and everybody else, Aurora sucks dick, and I fucking hate it. Elder
Yeah.
Dragon? Get it off my screen. But
Yeah.
there's so
Because
much gear.
we're basing this off the legends themselves. Like, yeah, we're considering like a little bit of everything, like how the kind of potential they have. But I think we're looking at strictly the legends themselves, like what they have to offer in terms of their ability and colors. But yeah, I think he's like CD tier. Like, there's not
And
much
now
to
it's
say
just
with Jace. It's just like straight up. Obviously, everyone's gonna gravitate to Dazzling. If you want to have the best chance of winning with him, you're gonna go Dazzling. Like, there's no other way around it.
like his
There,
signature spell just helps him
re-ready
so much in
runes.
that. You're reading runes, so you can
Yeah,
just play it early.
I agree. Yep. All right.
And
Mhm.
one more thing. I've seen this floating around. Riftbound Crater, wherever you are, shout out to you. I forgot your name, I'm sorry. But there's this thing where you can place the Bellow's Breath first on a chain, right? And then you play Elders afterwards. Since the damage mark is already placed onto the units, Elder, even if they star cross the Elder Dragon out, Elder's ability goes through. Is that correct? Does
No,
that work like that?
because what would happen? Well, if they're 2 might units or less, they would still die because it would be 1 damage plus 1 damage on the like they already had the 1 damage marked, right?
Yeah,
And then I'm assuming this. I think this is the correct way. I could be wrong. This is more like a judge question, but from my
that's right.
understanding, you play Bella's
Bit.
Breath, whether you repeat it or not, and if your opponent lets it goes through, they'd have either 1 or 2 damage marked on it, right?
Yep.
Then the dazzling player who's playing Jace would end their turn, do the dazzling trigger, they hit Elder Dragon. They would play Elder Dragon, right? Which would then
Yep.
they would choose their targets at each of the locations there's units at, up to 3, and put 1 damage on them, right? And that
Mm,
trigger, that ability can be
mhm.
responded to, in which if your opponent has Star Crossed, which is the only reaction speed card I can think of that bounces it back into your opponent's hand. Because the ability of Elder Dragon is lethal damage is when he's on the board, if I recall. Let's see.
Should be. Elder
Let's see.
Dragon gives me
Any amount of
PTSD.
damage is enough to kill. Yes, because any amount of damage is enough to kill enemy units while he's on the board. So the umbrella effect essentially is no longer there because he's no longer on the board. That's why whenever Elder Dragon gets played and your opponent immediately Starcross it, if they're more than 1 might, they'll take the 1 damage and then they don't die because Elder Dragon is no longer on the board. The 1 damage is still dealt. There's just no the
It's
umbrella
not
effect.
lethal.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Oh, card.
But yeah, I think Jace D tier. I agree.
I don't like Jace.
All
Legend rough.
right. Color combination OP as fuck. I think color combo wise S tier, but the legend himself, to be honest, D tier. All
True,
right, my
true.
goat Kennen.
Fuck this guy.
What can I say? I
Fuck
could
this
go
guy.
on and on. I think Kennen, no matter how you play him, I think he's S tier. His ability is not super OP. It's just
It is
so easy to get. It's easy to proc. Like, compared to other
so
legends, it's so conditional. This one is one of those conditional ones where it's so easy because yellow and purple have so many ways to play cards that is not your hand. Like, I want to say like 60% of not orange, yellow and purple cards are straight up not from your hand, or you can find a way to not play them from your hand. So much of purple is playing from your trash. So much of yellow is playing hidden or playing from your trash. And you empower Kennen. I think it's so easy to proc. The amount of times I've, especially both in I think the different archetypes, there's like Control Kennen, which is the Pack of Wonders. You rush to get Baron out and you play a more control deck. Then you have your typical Miracle Kennen with the 3 Nocturnes, 3 Rossas built through your deck, and then slam a bunch of might on the board. And then I think there's this Reanimator one where it's kind of like a little mixture of both. You're playing Rasa, but you're also playing Baron, and you're trying to basically mill through your cards a little faster, but not as fast as Miracle. and you're playing Soul Gorger and the Harrowing, so you could discard Baron and then replay Baron from your trash using Soul Gorger or the Harrowing.
Yeah, whatever this fucker said. Get a load of this guy. Like, it's
I've
fucking
dude, all three
great.
archetypes, so many ways to play cards that's not from your hand. Granted, yes, you're not always attacking, but I think with Miracle Cannon and Control Cannon, it's so easy. This Assault 2 actually plays a huge part. So I think his ability, okay, maybe not S tier. I definitely think it's A tier. For sure. I think it's really strong.
He's the boogeyman of the set. Wait, he's basically this set's Draven. Like,
No, not even. I actually I don't know how the other archetypes of Cannon work, but Miracle Cannon, I was getting bodied by mid range. I played against Draven, unplayable.
I mean, Draven's fucking strong as usual, but fucking
The spinning axes I could never get over, and the fact that he's playing Overzealous Fan is really hard to get over. I don't have like if you don't find your Gust, then you just straight up like you're just giving them free draw, and it feels so bad to have to Hidden Blade if you even run Hidden Blade in Miracle Cannon and Overzealous Fan just so he doesn't draw.
where's your salvage? Huh?
Salvage for Overzealous Fan?
Or no, for the spinning
Axe? Oh, I mean it depends. Some people have been mainboarding it, some people have not. So other than that, it's hard. I think that Miracle Cannon definitely I feel like will struggle into these matchups. It does pretty well into aggro decks if people start playing more wide aggro decks. Like if people start playing Rek'Sai, if that starts becoming a little more popular, he does pretty well into that. Or at least I felt like I was doing pretty well into that. It does has a little bit of difficulty into mid range, but I'm not gonna lie, it did pretty okay into Diana. Irelia is a little bit harder, but I think it can definitely if it plays fast enough, it can definitely catch up with Diana. And there's a lot of ways to get around it. I mean, if you have Starcross, you're just recycling. You'll pay all the deflect costs just so their Diana can't play the game. Or not Diana, Irelia.
Yeah. That's annoying. I hate purple.
Yeah, because you're running 3 Fizzes, you're running 3 Ride the Winds, some 2, and you're running 2 or 3 Starcross, and some are even mainboarding Rebuke. So you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna let you play the game.
So much bounce. There's so much bounce.
But yeah, I think Cannon A tier. Do we agree?
I mean,
For the legend or
sure.
high B tier.
I say A.
Okay.
Minimum A.
Above Mbessa? I think above Mbessa. I think it's just easier to proc.
Definitely. It's easier to proc. It's just more consistent.
Yeah, and the color combos are insane.
It's one of the best ones. One of the best ones.
Alrighty. And then, okay, so after that, we go over to Mel, our blue-purple. How do you feel about that?
I haven't really watched much videos about it, but just on the paper, it's kind of nuts.
I think on paper, when you empower something else, empower me, disempower me, I think that's really strong. It's just how often are you able to how consistently can you empower something in blue purple? There have been a lot of the cards in this set have been for the empowerment system keyword that we've gotten. I just don't know how often we're going to be able to pull that off with this color combination. I know that she did get these tomes. There's something of the tome that we got. Let me look up. Tome. Oh my god. Or it's like is it a gear? I think it's a gear. Questionable tome. Empower me, disempower this. And then we also got Hextech something. Hextech formula. Empower another gear. So she does have access to like these gears that just let you empower and disempower things. So it's easy to, I don't want to say it's easy, but it gives you an alternative way to proc things without having to empower a unit. So -2 is not that bad, but I think with blue purple, especially blue, there's already so many ways to minus things. I don't know if the extra -2, I think I can see it in a more controlled deck, like if you're playing straight Pack of Wonders Treasure Trove, or the more just straight control heavy decks. Yes, this -2 will definitely make a huge difference because it's essentially it's a spell in a car in a legend.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I think the legend itself is strong. I wouldn't say that the deck itself is very strong, but I will say the legend herself is very strong.
You don't think there's Megatron?
Which one?
Mel's?
It's conditional. I think a lot of cards that are ever conditional is pretty rough. Because the thing is, with blue purple, the lot of value you get out of it is because you can target things outside of a battlefield.
I suppose so. You're right.
A
Yeah.
lot of ways people have been playing blue purple is because you can target things outside, or just the colors themselves are very strong in being able to target outside of a battlefield. This is just, I guess, another way that you're like, if you don't want to use a stupefied, then you would just use her legend to -2 something. It's also not action or reaction speed.
It's slow
It's
speed,
so
right?
you have to manually decide like, oh, before I go in, do I want to give this -2? It's not like, oh, where you can go in, make your opponent have to play stuff on during the showdown, so that way you can decide if you want to react or not.
Yeah, days can riff.
Yeah, I think with what we know so far, empowering something is not very hard. So like, let me see what can we empower in blue purple. Let's see in this set. So let's just say, yeah, empower.
We can agree her six spell's kind of nuts, though, right?
Yes, her signature spell is insane.
It's kind of
So
nuts.
her legends, both her blue and purple legend, really good. The cost to empower them is really good. The units themselves to empower are not so much. Like blue purple doesn't have a like. I don't see a lot of these cards getting a lot of play to really benefit her legend. Just because it is a little costly. I mean, questionable tome, really easy way to questionable tome and a hex deck formula. I think are the best ways to just get like this empowerment system going. So you play hex tech, or you play questionable tome, then you'd play hex tech, you'd empower it and just keep re-empowering it, so you could keep getting the legend trigger to go off for Mel. But besides that, you know, I think her I think overall I think she's C tier. I'm not gonna lie. Very conditional.
Let's see here.
Yeah. I think the other two that we have in A and B tier, you're able to proc those way more often than not.
In that sense, yeah, you're right. I'm cool with C on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the big Doge. The big Doge.
And this guy, his armpits are out there.
Oh hell
Shit.
yeah. The Curator Sands. When you play unit, gear, or activate ability with energy cost 7 or more, you may exhaust me to ready up to 2 runes. I think just so blue green has a lot of like expensive stuff that you could play, like the Heron that he got. Something Heron or Astral something. Astral Heron, really good card for. I think that's a 3 of Anasis easily. I think most people have built him to be like a pseudo ramp deck, so you're basically playing like early cheap removal until you hit your 6 to 8 energy mark, so you can start really benefiting his legend ability. I think his legend itself is actually good with the color combos if the meta slows down. But I feel like some decks will not allow it to slow down. And with the loss of Aspirant's Climb, I don't know. I think it could be a little rough for him.
This guy's the game can end before he gets what is it? His fucking seven
7
power and
runes.
accessibility.
Yes, I also think his legends are really rough. Like, once each turn when an enemy unit here dies, channel one rune exhausted. I think that's fine, but it's most of the time you play it and then you'll pass. Nasus Ascended. I've seen some people look at or combine it with Spellsonger. So you basically would play Nasus, you pass, you play Spellsonger, or you play Spellsonger before you play Nasus, and then you'd empower him and then attach Felsonger. Um, man, I don't know if I like that. Um, I just think that it's just so expensive to do some of the combos that people are looking to do with him, and to really get. I mean, he's one of these legends where you're not gonna proc him for at least the first. If you're going second, you're not, and you don't pay any power costs, you're not gonna be able to use his legend ability till turn 3. Whereas other decks they can use their legend ability as early as turn 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Which is fine, right? Some decks don't. I mean, I'm not basing it off of just strictly that, but it just feels really, really slow. And sometimes you're going to be forced to have to play power cost spells because you're like, man, if I don't kill this right now, there's going to be a problem later.
I really need to defy this, or I'm dead.
Yes, or either you're like, damn, I have to pay deflect costs, or else this unit's going to be a problem later.
Yeah.
So I think his legend is pretty. I don't know. Green blue is, I don't want to say notorious, but it has it's in a rough spot. I would say Nasus, honestly, just his legend. I want to say C tier below Mel.
Well, I was thinking more on the D side.
Really?
Like, basically, if you're going first, you gotta wait
You gotta wait
4 turns in order to.
There is a way around it. The only card. Let me see. So in blue, I think there's only one card in blue. Let's see, blue, green. Let's see. Okay, we have a few. So I've seen some people, they play 2 of Retreat. Retreat would not only saves their unit, but it also channels a rune Exhausted. So they run 2 or 3 of, and it helps ramp. I could also see people playing Find Your Center, so you could help dig and channel rune Exhausted, especially because you're gonna be behind in points. So you're playing 1/1 to draw 1 channel 1 rune Exhausted, because there will be times where you're just not gonna be, because you're gonna be behind in points anyways, because you're gonna have to let your opponent play the game while you just sit.
So you're gonna play this card.
Also, Siphoning Strike. Siphoning Strike is really good. It's deal 4 for 4 damage, no power cost, and it says deal 4 to a unit at a battlefield. If you control 7 or more runes, deal 7 to it instead. When it dies this turn, channel 1 rune Exhausted. So you have quite a few ways to ramp energy. So
I understand, it's pretty good actually.
I could see. I mean, there is ways to kind of get Nasus activated so you could hit the 7 energy points so you can actually start utilizing his legend. It's just, readying 2, is there much you can really do when you ready 2? So say that you play a unit that's 7 energy, or you empower something for 7 energy, or I know there's other cards that have reduction cost based on certain conditions, and then because it costs more than 7 energy, it fulfills Nasus technically. So you could cheat. You can cheat out his legend ability, but I don't know. I just think it's gonna be a little hard. So I think he's like C tier, but above. I think below Mel, honestly. But I could,
I feel like NASA is one of those underdogs where like it's somehow gonna creep up on us. It's gonna be one of those top tier decks for some reason, and I don't know how, but
no, easily. I think there's a online tournament and he got 2nd or 3rd place.
He did.
Yeah, it was Rengar, Ornn, Nasus, and Kennen.
Damn.
Yeah. So we C tier? We go C tier?
I'm cool with C. Cool with C.
Okay. All right. Our Gator boy. All right. You know what I'm saying? Renekton.
Is there an F tier?
This is straight D. I think if we're just talking straight legend, straight D, like I think it's below Jace. Like as the honorary like red orange player, I've played Lucian, I've played Rengar, and I'm gonna try to play Renekton. Oh my god, the amount of times you're playing at such low runes the entire game, and most of the time, yeah, the card zero draw power. First of all, this color combo has zero draw. Your draw is battlefields and Kaisa and prayers and hopes and dreams.
You
So
got the fucking Kinku
yeah,
motherfucker.
but that's
What?
so conditional. Sometimes you draw it and then you don't have 5 might on the board because they've been getting falling starred, and you're like, well,
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
it's
Not gonna
really
lie.
bad. Two power for 2 energy, hot ass. This is straight below. This is straight ass. Like just the like. I think when you look at the decks that you can build with it, everyone's looking at 3 seals, 3 orange, 3 red, 2/2. Some I've even seen 6 seals, 3/3. Just to guarantee that you don't go down in runes. But oh my god, like there's so many things that you have to pay power cost for. You have to pay deflect. Punch first is 2 power. Oh my god, like it is horrible. I think his legend is just like his legend.
So hard to play
The
with.
deck itself, I can see it working, being low to the ground. You play a lot of energy power, like energy efficient cards. But the thing is, red orange is so good because of the spells that in units that do cost power. Kaisa, Falling Star, Punch First, like these staples that are that are run in any of the other legends that run red orange. It's just you either don't play them or you play them and you're like, oh look, I could win this trade or I can win this combat, but I can't because I can't punch first because I recycled 2 power turn 1 just so I can play a unit.
Actually, you can play a Kaisa turn 1? Huh?
Yeah, and then your opponent Defiant dance you with fucking with their Tide
Totally.
Turner.
Yeah. Kind of rough.
I turn 1, I recycle 2, tap 2, I have 4 energy. I'm gonna play Kaisa. You know what my opponent does? They play Tide Turner. I'm like, oh, let's go. I get turn 2, I have 2 energy. What do I play? Another 4 drop that I recycle? And then my
And then
opponent
they
then you move up, you draw, and then your opponent goes up, and then you get Defined Dance, and you're like, huh.
huh. Yeah.
And now my opponent is up like 3, 4 runes, and I'm at 2 runes still. Actually, no, you're back at 0 because you probably didn't even have a 2 drop.
You're always at 0 at this point.
Exactly. So there's no point. It's just like, honestly, I'm sorry. As much
Unless
as I want it to be good and work, I think Renekton's hot buns.
maybe it's a skill diff. You know, maybe we don't see the vision.
You
You
know what?
know,
I want someone to prove me wrong.
maybe like, hey,
Sorry, Renekton, you're going straight to D tier. There's just no way around it.
whoever's watching this, I believe in you. You can make Renekton work.
I think
All
there's
right.
someone. I mean, there is a way for Renekton to work, but just the legend himself, just straight.
Legend itself is kind of buns. Not gonna lie. Sorry.
All right. Our armpit king, our second armpit king, Shen.
I like Shen.
Super
Fucking.
simple. Give a friendly unit tank this turn. Honestly,
I think he's A personally.
A? Nah.
I think he's A. I think he's
Nah.
A. Like sometimes it's very conditional to have 2 units on the battlefield at all times, right? But hypothetically speaking, you can you can you can make do with it. Saying like I personally love Origin's Yellow Shen the most out of the whole bunch. It's a fucking reaction speed. You play it anywhere. It's a +5 on defense. You're gonna be
Well, he has
defending
tank,
anyway.
but he has tank anyways.
Yeah, and the other dude can be saved hypothetically, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that I think it's just so it's another one of those things. It's a like yes, all of these have
Very
conditions,
conditional.
but it's just the fact that it's good on defense, but on offense you're stuck with like, damn, I have to attack with 2 units to really get value out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Give a friendly unit. I mean, it's action speed, which I think gives it. I think if it was not action speed, it'd be really bad. But it's action speed, so it's you can play it on your opponent's turn. You can play it during a showdown. I think that's fine. That makes it a lot more valuable. But I think the legend ability itself is pretty buns. Just in general, like I could understand if you're playing really wide, but a lot of people have been looking at playing this deck in a tall manner. So you're playing you're playing a lot of more mid-range units with with a strong end game finisher like Vile Maw, or playing with, so I don't know. Man, this is, I don't know if I like it. It just seems so bad.
That's fair. Just a very niche thing. Like,
Yeah, it's just like I don't
there's
know how
some,
much times you're really gonna get value out of this, because you know how many times you have a unit and it's the only unit you have at your battlefield.
uh, it was,
Because last
uh,
thing you want is stacking like 2 or 3 units at a battlefield and they get blown out. It happens pretty like, and red and not red, sorry, yellow green. Man, like you ain't protecting shit with yellow.
what do you
Eh,
mean?
you have key barrier. I lied. You have key
I
barrier.
was about to say, yeah.
There's key barrier. There's, I mean, hidden cards.
Hitting cars,
You could
key
play
bear.
back to back. Green is really good at defensive, but I don't know. I just don't think we're in a format where this is really going to get a lot of value. When you have things like Irelia and Ambessa that just ready shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm sorry. I think Shen's honestly lower C tier.
Lower C. Hmm. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Personally, I think it's on a B. But I see your logic behind it, so I respect that.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, the Faker. Who was that? Zed.
I love Faker, my baby boy.
All right. When you banish a card you own, empower me. Action, disempower me, discard one, draw one. I I'll say this just straight right off the rip. I think this is a good B tier. Legend, straight B tier. It's not bad,
Legend
but
of
it's not good. It's just straight, it's just like with the colors, with red purple, there's so much stuff that plays off a discard. You can refill your hand because it's just a discard one, draw one. I think with all the banish cards we got this set, there's so many ways to his shadows literally say when I attack, banish a card. And there's so many cards that if you play any spells that have flow, that's banish a card.
I personally think this guy's A.
Really,
He's a bit too good. He's too consistent.
to
He's
ban,
just like
but you're, let's see,
he's like Kennen.
red. Let's see. So if we look at red, purple, how many things banish? Let's see. Probably quite a bit, honestly. So we have Endless Riches. We have the Zed Legend. Both of them, actually.
They're gonna be playing them anyway, so you know what I'm
Let's
saying.
see.
Doesn't the fucking the shadow clone makes you banish something?
Yes, when they attack, you banish a unit. I think it's, let's see. Where it has, when I attack, you may banish a unit from your trash. So the
Yeah.
Shadow
So if
Clowns
you
would be able to
recycle,
proc it pretty often when attacking.
yeah, like even if you like just swap it, you push in with your fucking Z unit and be like, oh, they're fucking doing some shit. Oh, my TP out. Put my shadow dude in there.
I
I'll be consider attacking,
Kennen
banishing.
is also really good because when he could give a spell in his trash flow, so then that would be banished when it gets played. Let's see, a lot of flow cards, Perfect Execution, Up for the Deep, Wind and Ghost. Wind and Ghost, I think, is actually kind of a sleeper card.
Sleeper card. That shit's
Yeah.
broken.
Oh, and Gust Monk. You could just play Gust Monk to banish your own unit to give another unit assault too. So And then Deathmark. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's a good B tier. I don't think he's like crazy strong, honestly. I just think cuz the thing is you have to banishing feels really bad when you're probably going to want to replay it. And it's a discard one, draw one. Purple has so many ways to draw already. Like, do you really have to banish it just to draw? Like, you get so much hand refill constantly with purple.
You get the hand refill, you get the battlefields that put shit into your discard so you can play it from flow.
Yeah.
You banish something, but it's not entirely all lost because you lose a card. Your shadow gets a +4 on attack. +4.
Yeah, I agree. I'm saying but I'm not looking at the shadows. I'm looking at straight up the legend, right?
Oh, the legend with the
Yeah.
conditions. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I would say it's B tier. It's like because the thing is with red orange, red is most of the time just gonna be your removal stuff, but with purple, that's where all the banishing really kicks in, and a lot of the playing from your trash or deciding, oh, am I gonna need this later, or should I banish it now because I need to, so I could get to dig or whatever. I think it's a good B tier.
I fuck with it.
Okay.
Would go with B then.
All right. And we're done. No S tier. None of them are like, I don't think any of them are like insanely broken, honestly, as just regular legends.
And then possibly, but that's another story. That's just me though.
Assault 2 is not that broken. I think he's the easiest to pull off. Like all the archetypes to build him, he's the easiest to pull off. And probably the most probably gets a lot of value, but yeah.
Pretty solid set, not gonna lie. I feel like there's so many options to play whatever you want.
I agree.
There's no like wrong answer.
I agree.
There's so much shit to play with, and it's still early, so you got time to figure out whatever you want to do.
Yep. And then we could look back at this after Barcelona and be like, "Damn, we were fucking wrong,"
We're
or like,
so fucking
or we'll
wrong.
be like, "Damn, we were hella right." And then we could screenshot this, and be like, "Yeah, everybody, you guys are all fucking wrong," like. But yeah,
Or we just record ourselves being fucking clowns and thinking we know it all, and Barcelona just trash our opinions.
I know, but we're hitting the 1 hour mark, so I think this is where we wrap it up. And I think next episode is where it gets spicy. You know what we could do? We could talk about the cards we open, because you have a case and I have a few boxes. We could talk about our pulls, and then we'll probably even talk about our few Nexus nights, see how Vendetta really is at locals, and then I think what next episode, we're going to talk about the most fun part. We're going to talk about regionals, because we're both going.
Regional.
Yes, as a competitor, and you're going as a
side event demon. Trust.
What happened to getting best of Rumble or best of Azir?
Dude, I would love to, but I don't have the fucking
competitor badge. Trust. We're speaking into existence that Brian will get his competitor badge.
I'm manifesting it, bro. I need it, please. I've been playing Azir for so long.
We're gonna one way or another, you're gonna get the competitor badge and you're gonna win. You're gonna, no matter what it takes, so that way you can get the best of Metal Azir.
Please,
we're gonna put you through the gauntlet.
I'm going through.
And you're gonna win with Green Azir. You're gonna prove everyone that Green Azir is the best one.
Oh, Green Azir is gonna be the baby of the set. I love that fucker. It's so good.
I hate that fucking card. That shit go piss me off.
It's so good. So stupid. Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to do more playtests and see a world where there's a Azir build, where there's Riven, there's a Spellsonger, and then Spellsonger on Green Azir. Make you think twice if I'm ever gonna be swapping twice. And then, Riven has fucking Weapon Master. I can just bounce that back, and then attack with her later.
You know what I'm hearing is a whole load of bullshit.
No, it makes sense.
I know.
And then I swap with Azir.
Irritating.
Reattaching the Spellsonger. Wait, does it work like that? You push a fucker in with Spellsonger. Azir grabs the fucking Spellsonger after using the green his ability. You get another charge.
Yes.
Of the
yes. Because it essentially think of it as like a second line of that text copied and pasted under the first one.
Mm. I like the sound of that.
All right. I think that's all, folks. Thank you for listening to us with the Play It Hidden podcast. This is episode 2.
Play it hidden. Yay! Yippee!
Let's go. All right. Deuces, guys. All right. Smile and wave.
My wave.
Smile and wave.